Hello, my name is Tiffany and I am the dyer behind Latah Valley Fiber Co. I also host this podcast twice a month, so thank you all for joining me. You can find me on Instagram at Latah Valley Fiber Co. You can check out my shop, latahvalleyfiberco.etsy.com, and if you'd like to direct message me, lvfiberco@gmail.com. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Okay, I'm coming to you today to share a couple finished items, a new cast on, and some works in progress. So let's get started. Before we get started with all of my projects, I wanted to talk about what I'm wearing. This is the Ingrid pullover by Petite knit. I knit this in Juniper Moon Farm in, do they have colorways? Let me double check. I'm not sure. No, they don't have colorways. It's number 13. So it's the dark gray, charcoal gray. And I absolutely love this. It's a little oversized, which is great. And it feels very cozy. The yarn is a little scratchy, but I wear a shirt underneath it. The only areas that sometimes occasionally bothers me is my arms that rub on the side. So I highly recommend this pattern. It was so much fun to do. All this cabling was really engaging and I absolutely loved it. So that's what I'm wearing today, the Ingrid Slipover by Petite knit. My first big item that I have to show you is a finished dandelion dress. This is the second dress that I've done of this pattern this year. And this is for my niece, one of my nieces. She will be turning 4. This pattern is by Petite knit, and I used my own hand-dyed yarn for this dress. It was really engaging. These little dandelions are really fun to do. By the time you get halfway down, you're at 300 plus stitches, so it's a little, it's kind of a grind when you get down to the end, but it was a lot of fun. I like all the detailing, like the I-cord edging and this little keyhole right here with a button is super cute. And then the pattern did call for sleeves. I did not do that. I decided to do an I-cord around, the same as the neck. I just repeated the instructions for the arms. I did the full length that was recommended in the pattern, and then at the end you do, let's see, 20 stitches you fold over and you bind off loose. You don't bind off, you sew this down loosely. So I like that. It's nice and clean and it looked really pretty. At the end of the 10 rounds, you do a purl all the way around, which creates this nice little ledge for the bottom hem of the dress. Let's see, what else can I say about this? The increases at the top section here are with make ones, which is a lot of, it's really easy and it's nice to do because it doesn't leave a lot of holes. So, yeah, that's it. Let me see if I have any notes to this pattern. This is the second one I've done. Okay, I started this March 1st and I finished it on April 8th. It's number 2. Yeah, that's it. It's really easy. I've already cast on for number 3. That's one of my new cast-ons for this week. I will say that this was a little challenging to block, and I might go through and do a steam. When I was laying it down, the back side, oh no, it's the front. Can you see this here? It has a wrinkle. This was laying flat down and had a wrinkle in it that I didn't notice because it was on the bottom. So I think I'm going to steam this and we'll go from there. My niece will love it, I'm sure. Okay, I have a second finished object as well, and this is for my nephew. It is a vest, and this vest is a free pattern. I found it on Pinterest. It's a boys and girls back to school vest by Ratcha, and I used Berroco Vintage in the colorway Smoke. I cast on the recommended 47 stitches for the size that I was doing, which was the 22-inch chest. And there were a few things with this one. I cast this on April 2nd and I finished it April 13th. You will see that it's very cute. I like the cabling pattern down the front that is not on the back. I like the neck area and the arms. I did everything to pattern. I knit the back and then I knit the front. Then I seamed it together on the sides, which I'm not a huge fan, and there would be one thing that I would change to make the seaming a little bit easier. As you can see, it's not very tidy. The pattern just said when you were turning back and forth to just begin knitting. I would have slipped the first stitch. That would have made picking these up smoother. They were more defined, and maybe I'll put a video in here of showing you how I was seaming it together and how it's not very defined what stitches to pick up. So I didn't struggle with that, but it doesn't look tidy from this end. And on the inside, you have this ridge right here. So I do wish that I had maybe known, I should have known to pick this up, slip the first stitch of every round, and then it would have created a nice knit stitch that I could have seamed, and you wouldn't be able to tell at all that there's this seaming process going on here. The seaming does give the pattern more structure, which I think is helpful. I don't know if it really is necessary with a kid's vest, you know, because it's very lightweight. It's not heavy at all. Okay, so once I seamed both sides together and then the arms, or the shoulder seams, you'll see here that this also looks a little rough, and I don't necessarily love that. I would probably try and figure out something different so that this ridge is on the inside instead of, I should have done it maybe inside out. It said right sides together, so that's what I did. But maybe I would do it inside out, and then there would be no ledge like there is right here. Then you pick up and do the sleeves, and you knit 1x1 ribbing for 1 inch. And so I did that on both sleeves and then the neckline. And it has this cute little shaping here at the V that I really appreciated. It was helpful. You SSK'd on one side, knit one, which is this lovely knit stitch going up. You can see it there. And then on the other side, you knit two together. So it creates the stitches like this with a nice knit stitch in the middle. So I really like that. It makes it classy. This is a Berroco Vintage is worsted. This is DK. What I meant to say was it's wool and acrylic. So it's very soft, but the mama will be able to throw it in the washing machine if she needs to. So that is for my nephew. He will be turning 4 also. Super fun. So I have 2 more dresses to do for the nieces and nephew that are turning 4 in November 1st. So I have 2 more dresses to do. I've already cast on the one, so I'll show you that here in a minute. I am going to give you a little updates on my works in progress before I talk about my new cast on. So let's do the first work in progress, which is the Mitered corner blanket. This is by Purl Soho, and it's James Canton is the designer for Purl Soho, I believe. Let me double check that. Jake Canton, yes. Okay, I am using Woodland Tweed by Knit Picks, and I was here last time we chatted. So I finished there's a lot here. What it called for in the pattern was 16 blocks. I did 14 because I felt like it's pretty wide, and I want this to be a lap blanket with a little extra room. So it's pretty wide. In fact, I probably could have done 12 or maybe even 10. But what I did was 14. And then you pick up on this end and you come up like this. So these are all knit a certain way, and then when you pick up this first one, you knit it, and you knit and purl, whereas on here you just, the first strip you just knit. So that was interesting. And then you're doing something different here. So you go along like that, and I'm just going to build here and keep going. So what you do is you pick up stitches here, and then you pick up stitches here, and as you're doing, once you've picked up the stitches, then you're doing some decreases, and you get this lovely diagonal corner there. So this is pretty easy to do. It's 20 minutes and you've got a square done. So it's pretty fun. If I have a couple minutes here or there, I add one in there. So that is the update on the Mitered corner blanket. The next project I have is also by Purl Soho, and this is the This or That Shawl by Purl Soho. It's Hiromi Glover. She is the designer, and I am using my own hand-dyed yarn for this. And don't mind this too much. It's very bunched on here on the cord, because here we go. You're not going to be able to, dropping stitches. Oopsie. Let's not do that. Although it's bulky yarn, it's easy to pick up. So there you go. Not too easy to see. The length I need to get from here to the point here, which is where my marker is at, is 27 inches. I'm at 20. So I have 7 more inches to go, and then I'm going to switch colors, which is in the pattern, switch color to, and then I think I knit to 35 inches total before binding off. So this is a super easy pattern. I would say beginner friendly. You have on the right side, you're increasing, but then on the wrong side, you're just knitting. So if you put a marker, which I have right here, this means that this is the right side. So this is the increased side. And when I get to this side, I just knit. It's very easy to do. It's on big yarn, so it works up really fast. You knit, I think, 4 rounds and you have an inch. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to love this next fall and winter. I was working on it yesterday and it was really warming my lap already, and so that's kind of fun. It'll be nice and warm for next year. What else can I say about this? Oh, this is my bulky yarn base, which I no longer carry in the shop. So I'm just trying to use up the leftovers that I have. It's very warm. It's 100% wool. But yeah, you're just knitting. That's what I like about it. And the pattern increases are really easy to remember to do. And the increases, they're make ones right and left. Make one right and left. So they're, that's easy. Would be very beginner friendly for somebody to do. So I highly recommend it if you're into that. All right, let's talk about my newest cast on. This I cast on yesterday, and it is a Dandelion dress by Petite Knit, number 2. Although number 3 officially. I cast on a smaller one, a smaller size, and then decided that it was too small for a 4-year-old or a coming 4-year-old. So I'm going to be doing a total of 4 dresses. This is number 3. This I cast on the 16th. So yep, that was yesterday. I'm knitting the exact same size. I'm using the exact same weight of yarn. However, I'm using different yarn. I have, I wanted to do purple, and I don't currently have purple in my shop. I could have dyed up purple, but I wanted to get started. When I finished this one, I wanted to get started on another one pretty much right away. So I picked up some Cascade Heritage in, oh, they don't have colors, they have numbers. It's 5 something, 5743, lot number 3. And it is wool and nylon. I think it might be 75% wool, 25% nylon. This is what I have so far. So you cast on up here, and then you knit a few rounds before you start the increases. So this is probably almost 2.5 inches. And the purple is lovely. It has kind of a heathered look to it. So I will knit, I think, is it 10 inches? Might be 8. 8 inches total before I join in the round, and then just knit in the round for days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks. This is pretty easy because I only have 84 stitches to start with, so that goes back and forth pretty quickly. And then you start increasing multiple stitches per round, or well, 1 round, and then you knit, it changes. 5 to 7 rounds is where I'm at now that I knit in between those increases. But I think I was a little worried with this yarn, this Heritage by Cascade, because it can be splitty, but I'm not having any trouble with that. I had trouble doing socks with that method, or with that yarn. But with this, I'm not having any problem at all with splitting the stitch and then having to fix it and go back through. So I do like it. It's not as soft as my base. My base is 80-20, and this is 75-25. So it is a little rougher, but this also has a bit of a halo to it, and it's a little heathered. It's like purple and then a little bit lighter purple. So it's really pretty. I think my niece specifically, will love this dress. Purple is her favorite color. So this is what it looks like before you, well, it's a little hard to show because it's all twisty. But you knit back and forth before joining in the round. So there you go. Yeah, I have found this pattern really enjoyable, which I'm thankful for because I was planning to knit 3 of them. And I have until November 1st, so there's plenty of time. I can't remember how long this dress took me, the first one. Well, the second Dandelion dress. Let's see. Oh, March 1st to April 8th. So just a little over a month. That's not bad. So I'll work on this one for April and May, and then I'll start the next one June to July. Oh yeah, plenty of time. I could even take a couple months off. So I might do that depending on what I have next to cast on. So, or I could take longer to do this dress also. This is what the yarn looks like. It's a really pretty color. I might attempt to dye this color myself. I think for May that I would like to do purple as the color of May. So we'll see how that works out. We're also going on vacation in May, and so trying to get it all squared away and fit into the schedule before we leave. May or may not happen. We're also doing a remodel of our basement, so it's very messy upstairs and downstairs. So to dye yarn, it just creates a bigger mess, which, you know, it is a season of life. Okay, that is all I have for you this week. So I will see you in a couple weeks. This will be towards the end of April, and then it'll be May. So happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy whatever it is you're getting into these days that are crafty, and I will see you in a couple of weeks.